All right, I hope you guys are doing well. Let's start in child. So just come on into it. Rest your forehead. You don't want to smush your nose, so find a comfortable place for the forehead. The hands, just a little light spread, and then go ahead and soften them. Your arms are overhead here, so shoulder blades are wide, resting on the back, away from the spine. Soften the hip, the jaw. Soften the work. Pull back from doing, working. Pull back from achieving. Pull back from being right. Go to your breath. So let the backs of the lungs fill as you inhale. You can always take a few breaths out of the mouth to start. Sometimes you don't need that though. If you're good, you're just kind of relaxed and the body's just breathing well on its own. Just let the breath be easy and soft. There's season and time for manipulation of breath. It's kind of back and forth. Remember, you can use your breathing as a tool to loosen the grip. Lips together, teeth apart as you breathe in and out of the nose. Lift the roof of the mouth up, cheekbones spread wide, your eye sockets spread wide. Option here, take a reverse prayer, so you'll bend your elbows, palms together, walk the elbows a bit forward, and then pull back a little bit. Elbows can frame your face. Bring the thumb knuckle towards the nape of the neck. It does not have to touch the nape of the neck, just towards it. Remember, this is action, not result. 3, 1. Good. And then go ahead and just reach the arms. Let's lift up to a table. Take a few cat cows. Cow on the inhale, cat on the exhale. And feel free to flip the wrists. You can either go fingertips to the side wall or fingertips to the thighs. Let some gunk out of the forearms, the wrist. See, where else the gunk comes out. There's always gunk. No matter how much we practice, there is. Just loosen identifying with it. I don't know why I said that in a weird syllable way. We loosen our grip on identifying with the gunk. We kind of stop identifying with it so much the more we practice with it. No, it is not you. You are not it. So, let that be my offering to you today. Let there be gunk. Let there be pain and sadness or whatever you got going on or whatever starts to come up. Let there be gunk, or let there be fill in the blank with what you got. And practice with it, not against it, not for it. You're just with it. Let it be. See it as a nature, the nature of being. All right, let's meet back in child's pose. Exhale. Side bend this to the left. Walk the arms up and over off the top left side edge of the mat. Spread the left hand wide. Put the right hand on top of the left. Interlace the fingers to the webbing. And then cross your right toes on top of the left arch. Left hand is heavy. It's your anchor, and then you're pulling your right hand and your right hip a little bit back. 3 breaths. Just go for the right lung. Let there be gunk. Love it a little bit. Be gentle with it, tender with it. One. Breathe out. And then you're going to walk the hands in, lift the chest up a little. Keep your right toes on the left arch, and then you're just going to plop the hips all the way to the right. So you fall off of the heels, and you're on the outside of the right hip. So it's going to become, once you fold, it's going to become like a sideways child's pose. So come onto the forearms, or if you have a blanket or a bolster, the blocks to put underneath the forearms, that would work nicely too. You can always just keep the fingertips or the hands on the ground, lift the chest, sit with an erect spine, or you go forward. So I'm thinking of, like with the let there be gunk, let there be mud, let it be a little bit dirty or a little bit messy. Think of like a muddy pond. If you just leave the pond alone for a while, the mud and the water will start to separate, and all of the mud will go to the bottom, and then the pond will appear clear. But if you get in there and you stir it up, the pond will stay muddy, become more muddy. So just let it settle. Try not to get in there and be the mediator, just the observer. Watch the mud as it settles to the bottom through practice. You just keep on resting and breathing. There might be a few cat-cows here. There would be like little baby ones. Baby cow, baby cat, if you're on the forearm. Start to walk the hands back. Lift the chest up from here. And then make this into a knot pigeon. So you're going to, this is a little more accessible than pigeon. You're going to just keep on the weight on the outside of the right hip, but separate the legs. The right shin now will be parallel to the top of the mat. The left thigh also parallel to the top of the mat. You can pull this left heel in as much as you want. And then just let your left sit bone float here. It's up off the ground, so you are on the outside of the right hip. The right foot and the left knee are pointing in the same direction. And then again, you can stay here Inhale, find a line from the hip, rib, shoulder, head, or as you exhale, lean. Just start with leaning forward. You might just lean a little bit. That could give you a lot. That actually gives me it's just a different experience than if I were to drop onto the forearms. So kind of see where you go. Be a little curious about it and see where you land. I'm already having one of those. This is my third time teaching today. I'm already having one of those and my millionth time in like the last few days. It seems I've been teaching a lot. So I'm having those times where it's like, did I say that 5 minutes ago or did I say that in the last class? Wait, did I already say that to them? So pardon me if I repeat myself. Maybe let the body weight fall a little bit more onto the right leg. Light toes, light jaw, soft shoulders. And just notice how easy or hard it is for you to concentrate on your breathing. Notice if there are any worries or fears that come up. Remember, let it all be there. Just watch it as it settles. You don't have to jump into it. There's nothing to solve. Your body on your mat. Your mind in your body. 3 more breaths. And then lift up from here. All you're going to change is now bring the left knee and the sole of the right foot together. Again, left heel can come a little closer to you if you want. Twist this to the right. Stay on the outside of the right hip, left sit bone still floating. Left hand to the right thigh, right fingertips behind you. Maybe put the fingertips on the block or a little higher surface. Think Little Mermaid on a rock, so spread the toes, pop the butt a little, lift the side rib, lift the chest, spread the collarbones, relax the shoulder blades down your back. Sometimes it's nice here to keep the chest up, drop the chin down, rock your head side to side. You can get some nice, interesting stuff in the neck. And just work whatever is available to whatever degree. Just one more breath here. You have a good turn as you breathe out. Turn the belly to the right, the chest. And then it's stargazer. So the right hand stays behind you. Spread it wide, place it down, maybe on the block. And you're just going to start to lift the hips up. I like to walk my right hand in a little bit, but you can always just keep it where it is. Take your time, adjust the base a little. Hips go up, chest lifts up, left arm lifts up. Reach the left arm overhead gently. A few breaths here. Give it some good base. So push the right hand down. I want you to use the whole right hand, the big handprint. Kind of suction, cup the chest up to the ceiling. Let the head maybe drop back. This is some good stuff. Marina came up with this one. One more breath. And then on the exit, everyone, just turn the head, look down at the right shin, pivot the right shin behind you. You're going to come to sit on the right heel and then bring the left heel in. You're going to come back to child's pose. So get the legs and then child's pose. I know it's a little awkward transition there. Take a breath in, backs of the lungs. And breathe out. Let it settle. Even if you get in there and stir it up, that's okay. Then just back off. Watch what's happening and do less. Second side. Arms walk up and over off the right side edge of the mat. Right hand wide, left hand on top of the right. You can interlace the fingers to the webbing. Cross the left toes on top of the right arch. Anchor the right hand. Pull back a little bit with the left. 5. Softer, softer, quieter, quieter. 2. Breathe all the way down to the feet. Good. Keep the legs, lift the chest, walk the hands in. Walk the hands a little over to the left. If the knees are too wide, you can bring them a little closer together. Plop everything over to the left, so it's like a sideways child's. You're on the outside of the left hip now. Take a breath in. You can stay here. You can start to lean, walk your hands forward. Forearms, you know the options: blocks, blanket, bolster under them, chest and head drop. And really let it be on the outside of the left hip. So sometimes we end up a little too much at center. Explore what left side is a little bit more. And find the place where you can start to breathe in and out of the left outer hip. But it's not too much. If it's too much, just do less. Right? Because doing too much, that's stirring around. That's stirring the mud in the pond. And then it's like, this practice, you don't have to shame yourself, be mad at yourself for, oops, I was stirring. I was stirring this morning. Right? The antidote to all of it is self-compassion, love. Just go 3 more breaths here. Breathe in, love. Breathe out, let go. Stay longer if you want. When and if you're ready, you just start to lift up. Not pigeon, so roll to the outer left hip. You're going to swing your left shin forward. I'll turn so you can see what it's like from the front. Left shin forward, parallel to the front of the mat. Right thigh parallel to the front of the mat. Make sure you got the left sit bone, like good, heavy. You're kind of on the bottom of it. And then from here, if you want to pull the right heel in a little bit, you can. Feel free to stay, breathe in. Feel free to fold forward any amount, breathe out. Remember, you just kind of start to go. Interesting, interesting. Breathe, take pauses. And then just down any amount. We got like a long 8 breaths here. Where can you do less? You can always back off a little bit, just like there. It was just a little bit too far in it. Then I couldn't rest. There was something that was like, hey, back off, back off, back off. Will she do it? Will she back off? And it's like, oops, that's been going on for a little while. Okay, here I go. I'm backing off. All right, sometimes it's just happening, and then we catch it like a minute or two later. And a lot of that's what we're training, that catching, like, ooh. We're training to be that which knows. And now it's like, ooh, I could stay here all day. That's when we're kind of cooking with gas. Two more breaths. I'm falling asleep. I'll start to lift up. This twist will wake me up. I'll probably fall asleep in Shavasana. Bring your right knee to the sole of the left foot and then twist to the left. Right hand outside the left thigh, left hand behind you. Abdomen is in. Again, you can think Little Mermaid on, or I'll kind of pop it at both ends. Butt, chest, sides of the navel up. Remember, you can drop the chin to the chest. Rock the head a little side to side if you want. Let's go 2. 1. Good, and then Stargazer. Left hand behind you, fingertips back, maybe on the block. You're going to lift the hips up, push down through the base, make adjustments as you need. You can move the legs, you can move the hand. They're not just glued there. Use the whole left hand. Use a little bit of the toes spreading, knees pushing. My shins are lifting up, but if you got the shins down, shins pushing down, Chest up, belly button spreads. Maybe head back. Good, and then you come out. Coming out the same way you came in. Just look at this left shin, pivot it behind you, keep looking at it, sit on it with the left sit bone, then get the right leg into child's, and then go back to child's. Breathe where there is space and make more space. Let the space and the focus be wide, not just narrow. Widen it. Spread it outside of your parts, beyond your back, beyond your belly, beyond your arms, beyond your legs, beyond your head. Like, what if your body right here could get 3 times bigger? Alrighty. Tabletop. Lazy up dog. Hips come forward. Dunk them down. Reach the legs long behind you. Pull the hand back. Lift the chest. Good. Back to child's. Breathe out. Just do that twice more. Inhale. Slide forward. Lazy up dog. Center of palm up. Armpit up. You can totally rock a little side to side. Kind of rock on the quad meat. Child's. Breathe out. And then just one more. Take it if you want it and you need it. You might not need it. Good. Okay, come to table. Let's just go down dog. Let's get to the legs straight real quick, and then we're going to come back down. If you'd rather a standing forward bend, just go to that. So either down dog or standing forward bend. 5 breaths. I just love a standing forward bend so much. It's absolutely is my favorite asana. There's no doubt about it. It has my whole heart. Good. Okay, let's actually all meet in the standing forward bend. And then we'll bring it into those malasanas to fold. So widen the feet. I told you guys I'm sleepy. Widen the feet. Mats with heels in, toes out. Hands to blocks or the ground, or some of you could cup the arches of the feet with the palms facing up, thumbs on the top of the foot. Inhale, malasana. You go hips down. We haven't cupped the arches in a bit. Ooh. Chest up, breathe in. Chest energy is up here. Notice your legs force the shoulder heads to stay forward. Let that happen. It's going to separate the shoulder blade. And then maybe there's room for the head. Chin up. Exhale, breath. Bow and fold. Hips up. Chest down. 4 more. When you fold, the leg energy is up. when you come into Malasana, chest energy's up. Maybe one more again. You might not need it. We will meet back in the fold. And then parallel your feet, two fists between the feet. So find 2 fist width distance between the feet. And then you're going to let your knees bend here if you need. Right hand is going to grab the outside of the left ankle and just pull the contents of the belly and the chest over to the left leg. You can tent your left fingertips and just drop the head, start to turn a little to the left. Maybe extend your left arm long in front of you, tent the fingertips, keep turning so you're looking under your left armpit. If you need to bend the right knee, go for it. That'll be a little bit more like you'll have the ability to revolve the chest more. If you straighten the right leg, it'll just be a little bit more the outer hip. Wait. I'm getting outer hip and revolve on both. Nope. When you bend the knee, sorry guys. When you bend the knee, you're going to get a little bit more outer left hip. If the legs are straight, I don't want to say when the legs are straight, more revolve. I'm getting more, normally I get more revolve when I straighten both legs. Anyways, experience it on your own. But once you're done, come through center. Let's try the other side. So it's left hand grabs the outside of the right ankle. Pull the contents in the belly over towards the right thigh. Right away on this one, reach your right arm out long in front of you. Maybe put the hand on a block or tent the fingertips. Good. Start to twist to the right. Look under the right armpit. Maybe bend the left knee. That'll give you a little more outer right hip because you can pull your right hip back as you turn right. Mid ribs with the breath, 2. Toes soft, 1. Let the head go. I guess it's when you hook the elbow outside of the leg and both legs are straight, and then you get more revolve. Alright, fold forward, exhale. Good, half lift, breathe in. Bow, breathe out. We'll just roll up to stand. Inhale. Take your time, no rush, no rush. First time standing. Anything's in the arms, see kind of what comes when you get up there. And then let's meet in Siddhasana, arms long by the side. Just do nothing once again, 3 breaths. There is no one you have to be, nothing you have to solve. Put the edges of your hand, so the pinky side edge of the hand into the hip crease. Take an inhale, lift the toes, lift the chest, and then as you exhale, push the hand into the hip crease. Hip crease goes back, chest goes forward, and then bow and fold. 3 more breaths in the fold. Nice. Step to down dog. Drop to a tabletop. Let's go toe squat. So tuck the toes, knees are hips width. Lift the knees to hover. Walk the hands back. Plop the butt to the heels. Good. And then just keep pulling the outer edge of the heel back and down. Reach the arm long in front of you. Let the chest and the head go. Breath in the backs of the lungs. Good. And then you're just going to lift up from here a little bit. Now bring your heels close together and the knees wide. Hang the hip a little bit more back and down. Maybe reach the arms longer in front of you, but right, you're folding now. So feel free to walk the hands in a little, lift the chest up if it's too much. Just let the knees pry wide open. If the knee is talking, it's too much, bring the knees a little closer in. Good. All right. And then you're going to lift the chin, lift the chest, look a little forward or at the camera if you need a visual on this one. Lift the hips up a few inches. And then you're just going to start to point your left knee to the front of the mat. Pry your right knee back and open, and then drop the hips back down. So left knee to the front of the mat. Yep. And then think lizard in this right leg. So you roll to the outer edge of the right foot. Keep pulling the right hip and the right knee back. Reach the arms long in front of you. Let that head go. Get some space from right hip through right ribs, through right armpit. Ooh, I know it's a lot in the feet, but this is good for them. Modified side plank on the left. So you're going to lift the chin, look forward. Just kind of go forward. Place the left knee down. Walk forward. Pivot your left shin behind you. Right leg long behind you. Just place the foot, left hand down, right arm up. Good. And then from here, float the right leg. Let's go quad stretch. Bend your right knee, reach back with the right hand, grab the foot, pull in, heel to glute, heavy the tailbone, hug the hip forward. Breathe in, lift the chest any amount. Give it base, give it squeeze, give it lift, maybe head drops back. Woo! Good. And then thread the needle. So just re-extend that right arm, that right leg. Bring your right shin alongside the left shin. You got to get that tabletop going in the lower body. So re-square the hip. And then right arm under the left arm. This is kind of nice. I have the couch for my hand. I have the wall for my hand. And then back to child's pose. Exhale. Good. And then come on up. Tabletop. Maybe a little lazy up dog. Lengthen the leg behind you. Untuck the toes. Or you could tuck them. Iyengar style. Toes tuck, thighs up. It's up to you. Down dog. Exhale. And then back to tabletop. Second side this time, right? You're going to go toes tucked, knees hips width, lift the knees to hover, walk, walk, walk the hands back. Let's go right away, heels together, knees wide, pull the hip back and down, reach the arm long in front of you. Just like watch what's changing, you guys. I got for a few minutes there, I got really caught up on like, the revolve, the outer hip in that that forward fold twist. But now it's over. The tired mind does tired things. We don't have to take it all so seriously. All right, so from here, chest up, chin up, hips up. Turn your right knee forward. Just kind of slide on the feet. Right knee forward to the front of the mat. You're kind of pulling on the outer edge of that left foot. Left knee goes back. Left knee's pointing to the left and back. Keep pulling the hip back. Reach the arms long in front of you. Get space from left hip, left low back, left ribs, left armpit. Toes soft, jaw soft. This is one of those practices I feel like we could just keep on going forever. I could. All right, lift the chest, look forward to coming in modified side plank. So your right knee is already pointing forward. You just got to come forward, bring the right knee down, walk the hands forward. Left leg goes up, left arm up. If you need help with balance, just pivot your right shin behind you more. Quad stretch, bend the left knee, reach back, grab the foot, pull in, heavy the tail. Reach the left groin to the left inner knee. Turn the right bicep forward. Chest up. Arc back a little bit. Maybe let the head go. Good. And then left leg long, left arm long. Breathe in. Thread the needle. Square the hip. Shin alongside shin. Tabletop in the lower body. Breathe out. Left arm under the right arm. I just keep having to turn because the wall's in the way. Let there be walls. Not really. Easy. Breathe. And then child's pose. Breathe out. Stay here. It could turn into a puppy dog. Pose starts when you stop. Let's meet on the belly. Let's take a skydiver. Home stretch here. We won't practice all day. Bend the knees. Flex the feet. Cactus the arms. And then from here, you're just going to push everything down. Or excuse me, not everything down. Push your pelvis down. Lift everything up. I told you, the tired mind says tired things. Thighs up, chest up, arms up. Nice. Maybe reach back. Try to grab the ankle or the foot simultaneously, and then you lift the thigh, lift the chest. Use your hands, pull the ankle up. Nice. And then down. Rest either cheek to the mat. Now let's go scorpion roll. Right arm out to the right. So if you walk your right hand lower than the right shoulder, it'll be less intense. If you walk your right hand higher than the right shoulder, it'll be more intense. If you bend your elbow 90 degrees, it'll be a little stronger, different sensation. If you bend the elbow and turn to the pinky side edge of the hand, thumb up, it'll be a stronger, different sensation. Pick your player. And then when you roll to the right, bend the left knee, lift the thigh, lift the chest. Reach the right arm a little away from you as you're rolling. So you're trying to lengthen the elbow just a little bit away from the back of the heart. Good. Come back for center, to center. Or also come back for center. Second side. Left arm out to the left. Remember, pick your player of degrees. If that one was too much, try arms straight or go a little lower. Right knee bends, lift the thigh, lift the chest. Roll to the left. Remember, you're reaching left arm a little bit away from you. Trying to move the elbow away from the back of the heart away from the elbow, back of heart to front of heart. Participate in hands and feet. Soften the expression on the face. Pose starts when you stop. Just watch the mud settle. Even if you've kind of been stirring it up this whole time, that's okay. Begin again. Begin again. Leave the pond alone. Mud will settle to the bottom. Come back through center. And let's take a gentle low cobra. Hand near the low rib. Roll the shoulder up to the ear. Back together, down. Breathe in. Lower. Breathe out. And just roll all the way onto the back. Legs up in the air. Viparita Karani, you can give them a little shake out. Sometimes they don't need it though. You can just leave them up there. Really let the weight of the leg be therapeutic to the hip. On every exhale, let every part of your body that is touching the ground get heavier. as if it is the mud that is settling down to the bottom of the pond. Please feel free to stay here if you want to take plow. Go ahead. Try arms long by the side before you go into the plow. Spread the hands wide. Chin towards the chest. Lift the hip, legs overhead. See how it is. See how you are. And then you just grab the edges of the mat. If you especially want to go shoulder stand, grab the outer edges of the mat, pull them apart, and just kind of waddle side to side so you can start to wrap your shoulders and your upper arms underneath you, and you're turning your bicep towards the ceiling. So you got a few actions here. Shoulder blades slide together and down, so that's why you got to rock and finesse this. Front of shoulder head cycles to the back of shoulder head. Bicep turns up skyward. And then from here, maybe bend your elbows. Place the hands on the back. It's a scooping action for shoulder stand. Scoop yourself up. See how you're tolerating. You can always come down. Once the weight stops fluctuating so much side to side, push into both elbows. My shirt was like stuck in my face here. I have to come a little out of it to talk to you. So if you're still in shoulder stand, you would want to keep adjusting the hands so you can walk your pointer finger and your thumb up the back towards the shoulder blades. And then you can reach with the insides of the legs. Lower back relaxes. Let's just say final 10 seconds. If you're still up, come down when you need. Only stay as long as you can truly tolerate. There's some rest here. There's some breath here. Concentration. 2. Good legs back, plow. And then take your time, calm down. Anything else the body wants or needs before rest, feel free to take it. A twist, supta baddha, anything. And then when you find rest, let the work work. Let your work work. And it kind of takes work to not stir. Work to concentrate on breath a little bit too. The more practice we become, the less it is work. But some days, It is, some days it's not. Whatever is the nature of your being now, it is the truth, and you can be with that. Surrender, let go, be still, settle, Shavasana. I'll leave you all here to rest, stay, settle, rest. As long as your time allows, there's nothing that needs to get done or be done. Thank you for practice today and every other day. I look forward to continuing to practice with all of you. I'll be live streaming come like probably beginning of August very regularly, just through myself. So stay updated for that. I'm excited. Okay, love. See you soon. Bye. Peace, love, ease, well being, happiness to you all. And the courage to love yourself enough to keep going when it's hard.